My wife told me she was leaving for a 3-day business trip, but the moment she came home, I knew something had changed. My name is Ethan Parker, and I had been married to Sophia for 7 years. Our marriage wasn't perfect. We had arguments, stressful days, and moments where we both felt distant, but I always believed one thing: we trusted each other. Or at least, I thought we did. When Sophia walked through the front door that evening, she was carrying the same suitcase she had taken 3 days earlier. But something about her was different. She avoided eye contact. She kept checking her phone, and every time I walked near her, she quickly turned the screen off. "You look tired," I said. She forced a smile. "Yeah, the trip was just stressful," but deep inside, I felt something was wrong. At dinner, she barely spoke. The woman who used to tell me every small detail about her day was now sitting across from me like a stranger. Then, I noticed something. Her phone was on the table, and she had changed her password. I had never felt the need to check her phone before. Because trust was everything. But that night, for the first time in 7 years, one thought entered my mind: do I really know the person I married? Around 2 a.m., I was still awake. Sophia was lying beside me, but I wasn't sure if she was really sleeping. Then, suddenly, knock, knock, someone was at the door. I slowly got up and walked downstairs. When I opened the door, nobody was there. Only a white envelope lying on the floor. My name was written on it: Ethan Parker. My heart started racing. I opened it. Inside was a letter. The first line made my hands shake. "You deserve to know the truth about your wife." I kept reading. "Your wife didn't go on the trip she told you about." My breathing stopped. Then I found a photograph inside. I looked at it, and my entire world collapsed. It was Sophia, standing next to another man, a man I had never seen before. His name was written on the back: Adrian Cole, and below it were 5 words: "Your wife is lying to you." I stood there frozen. My first instinct was to wake Sophia up and demand answers. But then I thought, who sent this letter, and how did they know everything about my wife? That night, I made a decision. I wouldn't confront Sophia. Not yet. Because before I asked her the truth, I needed to discover how deep the lie really went. The next morning, I woke up before Sophia. For a few seconds, I forgot everything. Then I saw the envelope on the table, and the picture beside it. The truth came back instantly. My wife had looked me in the eyes and lied to me, but the worst part wasn't the photo. It was the feeling that I had missed something. A sign, a warning, something that had been right in front of me. I quickly hid the letter and photo before Sophia came downstairs. A few minutes later, I heard her footsteps. "Good morning," she said. I turned around. The same woman who had shared my life for 7 years was standing in front of me. Smiling, pretending. "Good morning," I replied. She walked toward me and kissed my cheek. Normally, that small moment would have made me happy, but that day, all I could think was, how many times has she done this while hiding the truth? At breakfast, I decided to test her. "So, how was the hotel?" She looked up. "The hotel? Yeah, the one you stayed at during your trip." A small pause. Only 2 seconds. But I noticed. "It was fine," she said. "What was the name again?" Her eyes moved away. "Why are you asking?" That question hit me harder than I expected. Because she didn't answer. She defended herself. "I'm just curious," I said calmly. She smiled nervously. "It was nothing special, Ethan. I don't even remember." I nodded. But inside, something broke. How could someone forget the name of the place they stayed? Unless they were never there. After she left for work, I started searching. Not because I wanted to believe the worst. Because I needed to know the truth. I checked the shared credit card account. 3 days ago, Sophia had paid for a hotel. My heart sank. For a moment, I thought maybe the letter was wrong. Maybe there was an explanation. Then I looked closer. The hotel was not in the city where she claimed she was. It was almost 2 hours away. My hands went cold. Sophia had lied about where she was. But why? I spent the next few hours trying to find answers. Then I remembered something. Sophia had an old friend named Noah Bennett. Noah always noticed things other people missed. I called him. "Ethan? Everything okay?" I stayed silent for a moment. Then I asked, "Do you know anyone named Adrian Cole?" The line went quiet. Too quiet. "No," Noah finally said, but his voice changed, and I knew immediately he was hiding something. "Noah," a long pause. Then he whispered, "Ethan, where did you hear that name?" My heart started beating faster, because now I knew one thing. This wasn't just about a photo. This was a secret that other people already knew about. And somehow, I was the last person to find out. I kept holding the phone to my ear, waiting for Noah to explain. But he said nothing. That silence told me more than any answer could. "Noah, tell me the truth," I said. "Why did you react like that when I mentioned Adrian Cole?" For a few seconds, I heard nothing except his breathing. Then, he finally spoke. "Ethan, I think you should come meet me." My stomach tightened. "Why? What do you know?" "I don't want to say this over the phone." That sentence scared me. Because people only say that when the truth is worse than expected. An hour later, I met Noah at a quiet cafe. The moment he saw me, he knew something was wrong. "You look like you haven't slept," he said. "I found this." I placed the photo on the table. Noah picked it up. His face changed. Not shocked, not confused. "Afraid. You know him," I said. Noah slowly put the photo down. "Ethan, Adrian Cole isn't just some random guy. Then who is he?" Noah looked around before answering. "Someone from Sophia's past." My chest felt heavy. "What past?" Noah took a deep breath. "Before you and Sophia got married, there was a man in her life." I stared at him. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying Adrian was someone Sophia never talked about." My hands tightened. 7 years of marriage, and there was a part of her life I knew nothing about. Why would she hide him from me? Noah looked at me. "That's the question you need to answer." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Then Noah said something that made everything even more confusing. "But Ethan, there's something you need to know." "What?" "The last time anyone saw Adrian, he wasn't supposed to come back." I froze. "What does that mean?" Noah looked away. "It means Adrian disappeared years ago." The room suddenly felt smaller. My mind was racing. If Adrian disappeared, then why was he standing beside my wife in a recent photo? I took out my phone and zoomed into the picture. There was something I hadn't noticed before. In the background, there was a building. A small sign above the entrance. I looked closer. It was a place called the Haven Hotel. The same hotel where Sophia had supposedly stayed. But something was wrong. The photo was taken outside the hotel, not inside, which meant Sophia wasn't just hiding a location, she was hiding who she was meeting. When I returned home that evening, Sophia was already there. She looked at me and smiled. "Long day?" I looked at the woman I loved, the woman I trusted, and for the first time I wondered if every memory we shared was built on a lie. Then she walked closer and asked, "Ethan, why are you looking at me like that?" I almost told her everything. Almost. But then my phone buzzed. A new message appeared. Unknown number. One sentence. "Don't confront her yet. You still don't know the whole truth." I looked at the screen. Then at Sophia, because now I had only one question. Who was trying to protect me? And who was trying to destroy my marriage? I didn't sleep that night. The message kept replaying in my mind. Don't confront her yet. You still don't know the whole truth. Whoever sent it knew what I was planning. They knew about the photo. They knew about Sophia. And somehow, they knew me. I sat in the dark living room, staring at the picture of my wife and Adrian. 1,000 thoughts were running through my head. Was Sophia cheating on me? Or was there something even bigger? At 3 a.m., I finally made a decision. I needed to find out who sent the letters. The next morning, I watched Sophia carefully. She acted normal, too normal. She made coffee. She asked about my day. She even laughed at a joke I made. But now every little thing felt fake. Before leaving for work, she kissed me and said, "I'll be late tonight. I have some extra work." I smiled. Okay, but inside I already knew. It was another lie. A few minutes after she left, I followed her. I kept enough distance so she wouldn't notice. My heart was pounding. I hated that I was doing this, but I needed the truth. Sophia drove across the city, not toward her office, not toward any meeting. She stopped near an old apartment building. I parked nearby and watched. A few minutes later, Adrian Cole walked out. My blood went cold. The man who was supposed to be a part of the past was standing right in front of me. Alive, I grabbed my phone and took a picture. Then I saw something strange. Sophia didn't look happy to see him. She looked scared. They started arguing. I couldn't hear everything, but I caught a few words. "You promised me this was over," Sophia said. Adrian replied, "You can't hide the truth forever." My heart started racing. This wasn't the meeting of two people secretly in love. Something else was happening. Then, Adrian handed her a small box. Sophia looked at it and started crying. I wanted to walk over. I wanted answers. But then my phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. A voice said, "Ethan, leave now." I froze. Who is this? The person ignored my question. If Sophia sees you there, everything will fall apart. I looked back at Sophia. She was still crying. Then the voice said something that changed everything. "Adrian is not the man you should be afraid of." A pause. "Then, the person who lied to you is much closer than you think." The call ended. I slowly lowered my phone. My hands were shaking. Because now I wasn't just looking for the truth about Sophia, I was looking for the person who had been manipulating everything from the beginning. And then, I saw someone watching me from across the street. A person standing in the shadows. Someone I recognized. Someone I never expected. Noah Bennett. For a moment, I couldn't move. I just stood there, staring across the street. It was Noah, my best friend. The person I had trusted enough to share my problems with. The same person who told me Adrian was a secret from Sophia's past. But now he was here, watching me, following me. My first thought was anger, then confusion, then fear, because I started wondering, how much did Noah really know? I walked toward him. The moment he saw me coming, he turned around. "Noah," he stopped. Slowly, he faced me. "Ethan," his voice sounded different, not like a friend caught doing something wrong, like someone who knew this moment would come. "What are you doing here?" I asked. He stayed quiet. I stepped closer. "You followed me?" "No," I laughed bitterly. "Don't lie to me, Noah. I've heard enough lies." His expression changed. "Ethan, you don't understand." "Then explain." He looked back toward the building where Sophia and Adrian were. Then he said, "I was trying to protect you." That sentence made me angry. Protect me from what? My wife. Noah didn't answer. And that scared me more. "Tell me the truth." Finally, he said, "Adrian isn't Sophia's lover." I froze. "What? The photo doesn't mean what you think." I pulled out the picture. She's standing with him. Yes, then what else could it mean? Noah looked at me. Ethan, Sophia was meeting Adrian because she was trying to fix something. What? Something that started before your marriage. I felt a cold wave pass through me. What are you talking about? Noah took a deep breath. 7 years ago, before you met Sophia, there was an accident. I stared at him. What accident? He looked down. One that involved Adrian. My mind went back to what he said earlier. Adrian disappeared. He wasn't supposed to come back. Why didn't Sophia tell me? Noah hesitated. Because she was afraid you would leave her. I shook my head. No, that doesn't explain everything. I looked at him. The trip, the lies, the photo, the letters. Noah looked surprised. Letters? That caught my attention. You don't know about the letters? He slowly shook his head. No, for the first time, Noah looked genuinely confused. So someone else is involved. The air suddenly felt heavier. Then my phone buzzed. Another message. Unknown number. This time there was a picture attached. I opened it, and my heart stopped. It was a picture of me, standing outside the apartment building. Someone had taken it moments ago. The message below said, "Stop digging, Ethan. The truth will destroy more than your marriage." I looked around. Someone was watching. But this time, I couldn't see anyone. Noah looked at me and said, "Ethan, we need to leave." Now why? His face turned serious. Because whoever sent that message knows exactly where you are. I looked back at the building. Sophia was still inside, and for the first time I wasn't sure if I was trying to expose her or save her. Noah and I left the area quickly. Neither of us spoke for several minutes. My mind was full of questions. Every answer created 2 more mysteries. Sophia had lied to me. That was a fact. But now I wasn't sure what the lie was hiding. When we reached my car, I turned to Noah. "Start talking." He looked at me. "Ethan, no more secrets." He sighed. You're right, for a moment he looked like he was carrying a burden he had been hiding for years. Before you married Sophia, she was connected to Adrian. I already knew that. But why? Noah looked away. Because Adrian was the reason Sophia almost lost everything. I waited. 7 years ago, Sophia and Adrian were involved in a business project together. I frowned. A business project? Yes, they were partners. That's it? Noah hesitated. No, that one word made my stomach tighten. What happened? Noah continued. Adrian made a mistake. A serious one. The project failed, and Sophia was blamed for something she didn't do. I stared at him. Then why hide it from me? Because she thought you would see her differently. I shook my head. That doesn't explain why she met him now. Noah looked at me. Because Adrian came back. I remembered the photo. The man who disappeared. The man who was supposed to be gone. Why? Noah lowered his voice. To give her proof. Proof of what? He didn't answer immediately. Then he said, "Someone framed Sophia 7 years ago." I froze. What? She didn't just lose a business, she lost her reputation. Her family stopped trusting her. She spent years trying to move on. My mind was racing. All this time I thought I was discovering an affair. But maybe I was discovering a completely different story. Then why did she lie about the trip? Noah looked at me. Because she knew you would ask questions. And because Adrian wanted to meet her privately. I laughed, not because it was funny. Because it hurt. So she chose to protect Adrian's secret over telling her husband the truth? Noah stayed silent. And that silence was painful. When I got home, Sophia was already there. She was standing in the living room, waiting for me. You followed me. It wasn't a question. I stopped. How did you know? Her eyes filled with tears. Because I saw your car. For a few seconds, neither of us spoke. Then she whispered, "Ethan, I was going to tell you." I looked at her. When? She didn't answer. After another lie, she looked down. I was scared. Scared of what? She slowly walked toward me, scared that you would hate me. I felt my anger rising. I don't even know what's real anymore. Then she said something I never expected. Ethan, Adrian didn't send you those letters. I froze. What? She looked terrified. He didn't know someone was watching us. My heart started pounding. Then who sent them? Sophia looked at me, and the fear in her eyes told me one thing. She already knew the answer. Then she whispered, "The person who destroyed my life 7 years ago," a pause, "is back." Before I could respond, the lights in the house suddenly went off. Complete darkness. Then my phone lit up. A new message. Unknown number. One sentence. "Now you're finally close to the truth." The room was completely dark. I could hear only one thing: Sophia's breathing. She was standing a few feet away from me, scared, not pretending, not hiding, actually scared. For the first time in days, I wondered if I had been looking at the wrong person. "Ethan," she whispered, "don't move." I walked slowly toward the window. The street outside was quiet, too quiet. I checked the front door. Locked. The back door. Also locked. Whoever sent the message wasn't inside, but somehow they knew exactly what was happening. I looked at my phone again. "Now you're finally close to the truth." My hands tightened. "Who is doing this, Sophia?" She didn't answer. That was enough. "You know, don't you?" Her eyes filled with tears. "Yes," the word came out quietly. "Then tell me." She sat down, and for the first time since she came back from the trip, she stopped lying. "His name is Victor Hayes." I had never heard that name before. "Who is Victor?" Sophia looked at the floor. "The man who ruined my life." My mind went back to the letters. The photo. The warnings. Everything started connecting. 7 years ago, she continued, when Adrian and I were working together, someone stole important documents from our company. "And you were blamed?" She nodded. "Everyone thought I was responsible, but Adrian knew you weren't." "Yes, then why did he disappear?" Sophia took a deep breath. "Because he was trying to find proof." I stared at her. "And you knew where he was all these years?" No, her answer was immediate. "I thought he left forever." "Then how did he come back?" She looked at me. 3 weeks ago, I received a message. My heart sank. "From Adrian?" She nodded. "He said he found the person who framed us." I stayed silent. "And you went to meet him?" "Yes, without telling me." She looked away. "I didn't want to bring you into this." I almost laughed. "You already did." She closed her eyes. "I know." The silence between us felt heavier than ever. Then I asked, "What about the photo?" Sophia looked confused. "What photo?" "The one that was sent to me." Her face changed. "What photo?" I grabbed it and showed her. The moment she saw it, she went pale. "Ethan, what?" "This photo," she touched the corner. "This was taken from far away. Yes, no one was supposed to know about this meeting." I looked at her. "What are you saying?" She slowly looked up. "I'm saying," her voice shook, "whoever sent this photo wasn't trying to expose me." A pause. "They were warning you." I froze. "Warning me?" Sophia nodded. "Because they know you're involved now." Before I could answer, there was a sound outside, a car door closing. We both turned toward the window. A shadow moved near the house. Someone was standing outside, watching us. Sophia grabbed my arm. "Ethan." "What?" She whispered. "That's him." My heart stopped. "Victor?" She nodded. "He found us." The next second, someone knocked on the front door. Slowly, calmly, like they knew they were already in control. Knock, knock. I looked at Sophia. She looked terrified. Then a voice came from the other side. A voice I had never heard before. "Ethan Parker." A pause. I think it's time you know what your wife did. For a few seconds, nobody moved. The voice outside repeated my name. Ethan Parker. My heart was pounding. Sophia was holding my arm tightly. I could feel her shaking. Don't open that door, she whispered. I looked at her. Why? She didn't answer, and that scared me more than anything. Because Sophia wasn't scared of a stranger. She was scared of what that stranger knew. The knocking came again. This time, louder. Knock, knock, I know you're inside, the man said. I slowly walked toward the door. Sophia stepped in front of me. Ethan, please, move, listen to me, no. My voice was calm, but inside I was breaking. For days, everyone has been telling me parts of the truth. I looked at her. You, Noah, Adrian, and now someone outside my house. I pointed at the door. I'm done being the last person to know. Sophia's eyes filled with tears. I was trying to protect you. But you lied to me. She had no answer. That silence hurt more than an argument. I opened the door, but the moment I did, nobody was there. Only an envelope on the ground. Another one, just like before. I picked it up. Sophia looked terrified. Don't open it. But I already did. Inside was a single piece of paper. And a photograph. I looked at the photo first. My blood went cold. It was me, Sophia, and Adrian. But not from the recent meeting. This picture was old, very old. It was taken 7 years ago. The day I first met Sophia, I stared at it. Because I remembered that day. I remembered the restaurant. The conversation. Everything, but there was something I never noticed. In the background, standing behind us, was another person. Victor Hayes. Sophia saw the photo. And whispered no. I looked at her. You knew him before? She closed her eyes. Yes, the answer hit me. How? Sophia sat down. Because Victor wasn't just someone who ruined my life. Then who was he? Her voice broke. He was my fiancé. I froze. The room went silent. What? Before you? I couldn't speak. 7 years, our entire marriage. And there was another person I never knew about. But then Sophia said something even worse. Ethan, that's not the worst part. I looked at her. What could be worse? She looked at the photo. Victor disappeared the same night you and I met. My heart started racing. I remembered the day Sophia entered my life was the same day someone from her past vanished. What are you saying? She looked at me. I'm saying, her voice trembled. Someone wanted me to meet you. I stepped back. Who? She didn't answer. Then my phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. A man's voice spoke. Now you understand, Ethan. I recognized it. The voice from outside. Victor? A short laugh. No. My body went cold. Then who are you? The voice replied. The person who has been protecting you from Sophia. The call ended. I looked at Sophia. Because suddenly, I didn't know who the real enemy was anymore. After the call ended, the room felt different. Everything I believed about my life had started falling apart. I looked at Sophia. She was crying. But I couldn't tell if those tears were because she was hurt or because her secret was finally exposed. Who was that? I asked. She wiped her face. I don't know. I stared at her. Another lie? No, Ethan, her voice broke. I swear. I wanted to believe her. I really did. Because despite everything, a part of me still loved her. But love doesn't erase questions. And I had too many. Start from the beginning. She looked at me. What? 7 years ago. Everything. She sat down and finally told me the story she had buried for years. Before I met you, I was engaged to Victor Hayes. I listened silently. At first he was different. Charming, successful. Everyone trusted him. But then, Sophia looked away. Then I found out he was using our company to hide illegal deals. I was shocked. He was stealing? She nodded. I found documents that proved everything. And Adrian helped you? Yes. Then what happened? Sophia took a deep breath. The night before I was going to expose Victor, he found out. My hands tightened. He threatened me. What did he want? Silence. She looked at me. But I refused. And then, that same night, Victor disappeared. I frowned. Disappeared? Yes, everyone thought he ran away. I remembered the photo, the old picture, the hidden person in the background. But why did you marry me? She looked at me. Because I needed a new life. Her answer hurt. Needed? She quickly shook her head. No, Ethan, that's not what I mean. She came closer. When I met you, you were the first person who made me feel safe. I stayed quiet. But I never told you everything because I was afraid. Afraid of what? That Victor would come back. A strange feeling went through me. Because now I understood. The trip, the lies, the secret meetings. They weren't what I thought, but there was still one question. Then, who sent the letters? Sophia looked at me. I don't know. At that moment, the front door opened. We both turned. Nobody was there. Only Noah standing outside. His face was serious. Ethan, I looked at him. What are you doing here? He walked inside slowly. I found something. What? He handed me a file. This was hidden in Adrian's apartment. I opened it. Inside were photos, documents, and one name repeated again and again. Victor Hayes. But then I saw something that made my heart stop. The last page had a recent date and a signature. A signature that wasn't Victor's. It was Noah's. I looked up. My voice shook. Noah, he went silent. Why is your name on this? His face changed. And for the first time, my best friend looked like a stranger. I was hoping you'd never find that. I stared at Noah, the person I trusted for years, the person who helped me, the person who claimed he was protecting me. Now he was standing in front of me, with his name on the one document that connected everything. What did you do, Noah? He looked down. For several seconds, he didn't say anything. Then, he whispered, I made mistakes. My anger grew. Mistakes? I held up the file. You knew about Victor. Yes, you knew about Adrian. Yes, you knew about Sophia's past. Yes, my voice became louder. Then why did you let me believe my wife was cheating on me? Noah looked at Sophia. Then back at me. Because I needed you to find the truth. I couldn't believe him. So you destroyed my marriage to help me? No, he shook his head. I was trying to save your life. The room went silent. What are you talking about? Noah took a deep breath. Ethan, Victor wasn't just after Sophia. My face changed. He was after you. I froze. Me? Noah nodded. Victor found out that you were connected to the company that exposed him. I looked confused. I never worked with him. No, but your father did. That sentence hit me. My father. A memory came back. Years ago, my father had mentioned a business dispute. I never paid attention. Noah continued. Victor believed your family destroyed his life. I looked at Sophia. She looked shocked too. Then why involve me? Noah answered, because Victor wanted to hurt Sophia by taking away the only person she truly cared about. I felt sick. All the lies, all the secrets, all the manipulation suddenly made sense, but one question remained. Then who sent the letters? Noah looked at me. Me, I froze. You? I needed you to start looking. Why didn't you just tell me? Because you would never believe me. He was right. If Noah had told me my wife had a dangerous past, I might have ignored him. But a mysterious photo? A hidden letter? It forced me to search. I looked at him. You used me. He lowered his eyes. Yes, a painful silence filled the room. Then Sophia spoke. Where is Victor now? Noah's expression changed. He knows everything. Before anyone could react, the lights went off again. just like before, and this time we heard someone inside the house. A slow clap. A voice came from the darkness, very impressive. My blood ran cold. A man stepped forward, older, calm, confident, but the eyes, I knew those eyes. Sophia whispered, "Victor," he smiled. "Hello, Sophia," she stepped back. "You should have stayed gone." Victor laughed. "And let you live happily?" He looked at me. "So this is Ethan." I moved in front of Sophia. "What do you want?" Victor smiled. "The truth." I almost laughed. "After everything you did, you want the truth?" He looked at me. "You still don't understand." He pulled out a folder. "The truth is, Sophia never told you the whole story." Sophia's face changed. "Victor, stop," he smiled. "Tell him." I looked at Sophia. What is he talking about? She said nothing, and that silence terrified me. Victor opened the folder. Inside was one final document, a document with Sophia's signature. My hands shook, because I realized this story was never just about a cheating wife. It was about secrets, betrayal, and a truth buried for 7 years. I looked at Sophia. "Tell me." She started crying, and then she said the words I never expected, "Ethan, I lied to you about one more thing for a few seconds." Nobody spoke. The entire room felt frozen. Victor was standing there with a small smile on his face. Noah looked worried. And Sophia looked broken. I stared at the document in Victor's hand. "What is it?" Sophia closed her eyes. Then she whispered, "The truth about the night we met." My heart sank. "The night we met?" She nodded. "Yes," I looked at Victor. Then, back at Sophia. "What does that mean?" She took a deep breath. "Ethan, I didn't meet you by accident." Those words hurt more than anything else. Because for 7 years, I believed our story was something special. Something real. "You planned it?" Tears rolled down her face. "I didn't know how to tell you." My voice became quiet. "So you did." Sophia looked down. Yes, the room went silent. I felt like the ground beneath me disappeared. All those memories, our first conversation, our first date, everything, was it fake? Victor smiled. "Now you understand." But Sophia suddenly looked at him. "No." Her voice was stronger. "I made a mistake, but you're lying too." Victor's smile disappeared. I looked at her. "What are you saying?" Sophia stepped closer. "When I first met Ethan, yes, I knew who he was. My heart broke. But I didn't marry him because of a plan." She looked at me. "I married him because he became the only person who made me feel like I was still worth something." I didn't know what to say. She continued, "The truth is, I was going to tell you everything. But every time I tried, I was afraid. Afraid you would see me as a liar." I stayed silent. Because a part of me understood. But another part was still hurt. Then Victor laughed. "You still don't see it, Ethan." I looked at him. "What?" He pointed at Sophia. "She never told you the biggest secret." Sophia's face changed. "Stop." Victor stepped forward. "She knows who really caused the accident." My heart started racing. "What accident?" Sophia looked at Victor, then at me, and finally she said, "Adrian didn't disappear because he wanted to." I waited. "He disappeared because he was protecting me." I froze. "What?" Victor smiled. "He found out I was innocent." Sophia continued. "He found proof against Victor, but before he could expose him, he was attacked." My eyes widened. "Is he alive?" Sophia nodded. "He survived." I couldn't believe it. "Then where is he?" Before she could answer, the front door opened. Everyone turned. A man stepped inside. It was Adrian. Alive. Everyone went silent. Victor's face changed for the first time. Fear. Adrian looked at him. "Did you really think I would let you destroy everyone's lives forever?" Victor stepped back. Because the one person he thought was gone was standing in front of him. Adrian handed Noah another file. "This has everything. The evidence, the truth, the proof, everything Victor tried to hide." Minutes later, the police arrived. Victor Hayes was finally exposed. 7 years of lies ended in one night. After everything was over, I stood outside the house. Sophia came beside me. Neither of us spoke for a while. Then she said, "I know I hurt you." I looked at her. "Yes," she nodded. "And I know trust doesn't come back in one day." I looked at the woman I loved, the woman who lied to me, but also the woman who had been fighting a battle I never knew existed. "I don't know what happens next," she whispered. "I understand." I took a deep breath. Because sometimes the truth doesn't fix everything. Sometimes it only gives you a choice to leave, or a choice to rebuild. And after everything we had survived, I knew one thing. The biggest betrayal wasn't always the lie someone told you. Sometimes it was the truth they were too afraid to share. The end.